Good morning. You're watching The Morning Show at 7:40. And if you have kids, every summer, I'm sure you've heard, Mom, I'm bored. Dad, I don't know what to do. Well, we've got Robin Stevenson here to talk about some summer boredom busters.
Yes.
Robin, you have to help the parents out there because as soon as school's out, you get the whining and you get the, what are we going to do today?
You know, and then
they,
really?
They've gone to the amusement park. You've taken them to the amusement park and maybe a water park, and then it's over.
It's over.
And then they need things to do. And you have to keep them occupied. And it doesn't necessarily have to cost that much money.
No, not at all.
Right.
We have lots of great ideas. One is the backyard movie theater. And it's so simple. It sounds like a lot of work, but once you do it once, you can do it all summer long. Big white sheet. Or a plain white wall, or a light-colored garage door. Get a projector. You can get them on Kijiji or Craigslist. Use your Blu-ray. That works just as fine. Hook them up to some speakers. Set up the seats. You're off and running. Be careful at night because there's dew, so you want to make sure that your electrical... There's dew on the ground. You want to make sure that your electrical is okay. And you don't want to, you know, your neighbors may not want to listen to Tangled at 9 o'clock at night, so you might want to tell them that's going on, or invite them. It's summer. Get to know your neighbors.
Bring them over.
Bring them over.
Viewing
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Nothing scary. Nothing scary.
So what are we talking about? What other activities do you have, and what specific age groups are we talking about here?
Well, we have a bucket list. This is a great idea for kids who are like, I don't know what to do. So what you have them do is write down on these little cards, and they're laminated so you can reuse them, things that they want to do all summer long. Throw them in the bucket. Then every time they say, what are we going to do this week? Have them pick out 3 on a Sunday. And these are the things you're going to do this week. Make some that are easy for a weeknight, like go to the ice cream store, or something really easy that you can do after work. Go to the park.
Is mow the lawn in there?
Mow
when they're teenagers, yes.
And this way they can, they have some feelings like, oh, we all have a say in what we're going to do this summer. So have the whole family do this.
And it's fun too, especially if you have little ones and they can sort of choose their activity.
Exactly. Scavenger hunts. You can hide little things around your yard. You can do a nature one, and you just print off a little sheet and have them go. Go to High Park.
Oh, I thought there was things to collect, and duck was there, but duck is on the other side. Things to photograph.
Things to go and send them off with your smartphone and say, you can't take you can't take the bird home, so have them photograph it. And this is a great idea. Or you can do, you can have little trinkets and you can hide them around. It keeps them busy for a long time.
That's great too, because that would take a long time, and there's a task involved in collection, and kids like to do that.
And my absolute favorite, and we did this last year, go to a storage store or a moving store and buy a box. Buy a big box, a wardrobe-sized box, that kind of thing. Or if a neighbor's bought an appliance recently, take their box, put it out in the front lawn, give them markers, and off they go. This takes hours. We had neighbors' kids all over our front lawn with their markers, and they made us a rocket ship, and then the next day it was a tunnel, and for several days this box became the center of their universe. And a big box like that costs maybe $20.
Really? Might you not trigger some sort of graffiti vandalism vibe within the child?
No, they're getting their art on.
What we did, we got some plastic, and we made like a slip and slide.
We do
you
that.
You could do your own homemade slip and slide.
Oh, absolutely. Just get some plastic sheeting from your local home
hardware store.
And we actually have a small plastic slide that we use in our backyard. And we have the sheeting at the bottom, and you run the hose down that, and off they go.
Yeah, we put styrofoam under it so they wouldn't hit pebbles and stuff, so at least the sheeting was on something that would take their weight. Wouldn't hurt them.
All they need is some spray bottles, and some water balloons and that type of thing, and they've got their own, they've got their own water park in your backyard. You
know what else I find? That kids love just acting and playing as if they're camping. So you've got maybe even a tiny backyard or just a balcony, and you just set up a tent, right? And they can play for hours.
You just need blankets and stuff. Our kids get all of our stuff in the backyard, all of our, chairs and stuff, and the blankets come out, and they're making little tents and little forts and that kind of thing.
Just get creative.
Get creative. And then, a time capsule is a great idea too. So, you've done great things in the summertime. Maybe Grandma and Grandpa have come to visit, and you can put pictures of your visit in there, or something you've made at camp. And, I mean, something like this is not to be buried, obviously. It's to be hidden in the house, but you can buy actual time capsules that you can bury.
Really?
And, online.
You put Grandma and Grandpa in there?
Not Grandma and Grandpa. Pictures of Grandma and Grandpa.
It's a capsule, Dave, not an urn.
And then you decide, are you going to open it a year from now to remember what you did last summer, or is it something you're going to open 5 years from now?
You know, as the the executive director of Canadian Family, what's some of the biggest complaints that you've heard from parents in terms of keeping the kids happy and not bored in the summer?
Well, because the thing is, everybody has a game system, right? And they seem to be attached to it, and that's all they want to do, or they want to watch TV. And you want to get them outside. Our summer is so short. I mean, you want to get them outside, but you have to ask them what they want to do. And I don't know, but you have to really engage them, because sometimes they'll go, oh, you know what I really want to do is, I'd love to learn how to sail, or I'd love to go camping. Maybe your family never went camping and you didn't know that they wanted to do that. So you really have to engage them and say, let's think about that. Why don't you write a list? Because you might be surprised by what you find. Like, you didn't know that that's what they want to do. I want to learn tennis, and it doesn't have to cost a lot. Go to the garage sale, get a small tennis racket. If they want to sign up for a Parks and Rec, do that too. But just ask them what they want to do, because then the onus is on them. And I go, oh, I think I want to. And then that stops the I'm bored.
Get their nose out of this.
Yes. Yeah. Again, our summer
active. Get them out there.
It's a super weekend this weekend. Like, be outside.
Well, they should all be playing soccer this weekend.
They should,
because it's the big tournament.
Oh, yeah, the Euro Cup. Yeah. But I think that the scavenger hunt is fantastic. You've got creativity. They're using their minds. They're running around, getting exercise, and that could take a little while.
And if you're doing camping, or if you're going to a cottage, if they haven't looked up at the night sky, that's a great time too. There's a lot of star apps, on smartphones that you can look up, and maybe they haven't looked up in the sky. You have to get out of the city to do it. But once you're out there, it's a brand new thing for a lot of kids.
And even if you can't get away, you can even put the tent in your backyard and make a little adventure of it.
Yeah.
So what's the thing you like to do most with your kids?
We do the box a lot. Because it's just, you buy a bunch of them, and we buy the box.
Oh, you buy the box?
Yeah, and we buy a ton of them, and then they put them together like a giant fort. And again, this takes up an entire
We used to do that
weekend.
with TV trays and blankets.
Yep. Well, too,
line them all up, and then
Christmas time, you get the big expensive gift or something, and the children will play with the box more, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Robin, thanks a million for coming in here.
You're welcome.
People can pick up the copy of Canadian Family Magazine.
We have a lot more ideas on our website, CanadianFamily.ca.
Of course. Okay, thanks very much for coming in. Good to see you.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful